Welcome to the Belly of the Beast, your home for original horror content. Warning, some of our stories may be upsetting for some individuals. Listen at your own risk.
Today's original story is called Boyfriend Trouble. It was written by Beastmaster and will be narrated by me, Denmother. Today Mark was sleeping in and I wanted to be nice, so I thought I would go clean his truck for him. After all, he's been so perfect since we started dating a few months ago. I pulled out the vacuum and I got to work on the inside. In the back seat, however, I found a pair of women's underwear. I guess he's not so perfect after all. Just like all my ex-boyfriends. I'm an attractive 36-year-old woman. Why can't I find one decent man? Some may say I'm too picky, but I have standards and I will not be with a man that cheats on me. No, I need to end this today. I locked up his truck and went back inside. I sat in the kitchen and stared at the panties on the table, trying to figure out what I would say to him. Mark woke up and came downstairs. "Hey babe," he said, not even looking at me or what was on the table as he walked by to make some coffee. I stayed silent. He made his coffee, then he came to sit at the table while sipping his drink. Half of his sip shot out of his mouth when he saw the panties. "Care to explain?" I asked, staring at him down. "What, did you go through my truck?" he replied, as if I was in the wrong. I was about to explain how I found them, but no, why should I? He doesn't deserve an explanation. I stood up, still gripping the large kitchen knife in my hand. He didn't notice the knife in my hand and tried to walk past me to grab his truck keys. As soon as he was close enough to me, I dug the knife into his gut. He fell over on the floor, staring up at me with fear and confusion in his eyes. I might have felt bad if he wasn't a cheater. I pulled the knife out of his gut, climbed on top of him, and stabbed him repeatedly. Even after he was gone, I couldn't stop. I continued until I felt better. Next, I chopped up his body and wrapped it up in black plastic bags. Ugh, what a mess. I got the bleach and cleaned the kitchen. Then I waited for the sun to go down and buried him in the backyard. The next day, I went to the store to buy another above-ground garden bed, along with some pretty flowers to plant in it. After getting it all set up, I stood up and admired my newest garden. I now had 4 very pretty gardens lined up in a row. This one was Mark. You already know about him. Before Mark was Steve. Oh my God, Steve never picked up after himself. The house was always a mess, and when I said something to him about it, he told me I was crazy. I am not crazy. Before Steve was Nick. He was the worst. He thought he could put his hands on me, so I cut them off. Oh well, he was far from perfect. Before Nick was Tommy. Oh, I miss Tommy sometimes. He was a great cook. He was faithful, he never cheated, and he even cleaned up after himself. Then after we were together for over a year, he left up the toilet seat one night. I fell in and got stuck. I called him to help me, and he just laughed. Can you believe he laughed at me? How dare him? One day I will find my Mr. Perfect. But until then, I will continue to grow my garden.
I hope you enjoyed today's story. Please like and subscribe as it will help us to continue to provide you with great content. Until next time, stay safe and avoid becoming one of the stories from the Belly of the Beast.